Well, Kevin, welcome here to CINEMANIACs. It's going to be the first episode, first interview.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Okay. Kevin, let's start with the basics. What first drew you to the role of Ralph in The Operator?
Well, when I read The Operator, when you sent me the script over, I read it. What intrigued me was it was a very easy script to film. Very fun, very, one room S. And I really wanted to work on a film like that. And it reminded me of like those hitman movies, and I would love to do a hitman movie one day. They look fun, hard-boiled detective type. It felt kind of like even a little bit of Matrix. It was very modern, very nice. I liked it. That's what intrigued me. It was just like about a guy who works in this dark world, and but he's not really doing anything bad. Sure, he's like setting up contracts, but he's just a normal guy, and we're just watching his daily routines, and that was very relatable. And I would have loved and did love the opportunity of giving that character some soul.
Excellent. Was the story the mystery or something about the character himself that attracted you?
Yeah, I would never work in a world like that. That our main character, uh, what he was doing, I would never uh set up contracts for hitmen. But that's what called to me. It was very daring, and I understood what he was going through. He was just a normal guy, just trying to live, and he needed the money. And an opportunity presented himself, and he went for it. And that's what I really liked. He, even though the business is not really uh, light or angelic, but the fact that he needed to do it, that he felt he was pushed to go into this world, that's what intrigued me most about the character, or what called to me.
Good. So we see that Ralph is such a layered character, calm on the surface, but clearly dealing with something deeper. How did you prepare mentally for the character?
Mm. I was watching a lot of call center videos and just trying to really uh the way I prepare for it. So I'm a Meisner actor. I'm not into that method stuff. And I know as a Meisner, if you're Meisner trained, you don't really have to go out and really set up these contracts in order for you to understand who the character is. As a Meisner actor, you just need to relate to those emotions instead. He was a guy who was just pushed to the limits. He needed this job, and I prepared for that role by remembering how work makes me feel, how I'm forced to work, and I'm pushed to do it. I have to do it, and I do it. And another thing about the character, another preparation tool I used was I um I was practicing, just my call center voice, and what would a guy who answers phone calls for a living actually sound like if he's been doing it for 5, 10, 15 years. And that's what I was really trying to hone. Obviously, I used other techniques like Morse code, where you write the first letter of each. You have a line, I walk a dog, and you just write the first letter of each word, and then your brain forces you to remember, oh, what letters did those plug into what words? Those are some techniques I used to prepare for this character.
Awesome. Really good. Really good. So if you had to describe Ralph in just 3 words, okay, what would it be and why?
Um, the I would describe him as. That's a really good question. um, very um collective. He's very, down to earth. I'm not. There's a word for being down to earth. Just very
Grounded.
grounded. Very, yeah. I would say he's grounded, and he is ambitious. Ambitious because he took on such a difficult job. Maybe not physically, but definitely mentally, emotionally. I described him as collective because this is a hard job, and um he weighs the I feel like Ralph would weigh the consequences of what could happen, and but he doesn't let it like freak him out. He doesn't let it get to him. So
Awesome.
that's why I think he's collective. That's why I think he's ambitious, and he's also very caring because when his maybe it might be a light spoiler, but when his brother is in trouble, even though he needs the money, um the well-being of his brother really is what shines throughout the script, and what uh makes what I feel like would make the audience think, oh, he's still a regular guy, even though he's been setting up these contracts throughout the entire film. He's still trying to help out his brother. He's going against his boss, his company. It's and it goes back to, it kind of relates to how real life is, how if we don't like to do something at work, we don't want to do it, but your boss tells you to do it, and you do it. And
Excellent.
he's very caring and understanding because he's doing what he's been told to do, but he goes against their wishes, and he tries to help out his brother.
Good, good. All right, perfect, good. So next question is like, there are scenes that really are intense, with moments that are very intense in the film. What was the most challenging scene for you to shoot, either emotionally or physically?
Um, I uh, I really take every scene I shoot. I approach every scene the same way. I think about my emotions and how they can relate to this specific character, to the scene, so all my scenes I do approach them the same way. The most the most difficult scenes to shoot, or most intensive for the operator, was honestly the money scene. When I don't know if you guys remember, I pick up some money, I'm in the kitchen, and I'm like ecstatic. I'm like, yes, I got the money, that was very hard to do. I don't get a lot of money thrown at me. So it's a little difficult to understand. But I managed to make it work, I think, and I really liked how it came out. And I've also when we were shooting that upstairs scene in the bedroom, and a character comes in and pulls his weapon out on me. Uh, that was also very intense. I wouldn't say it was super difficult to make it because I've had a gun thrown at me in my face before, and I was just remembering those feelings, and yeah, so I made it work, I think.
That's
But
tough.
but that definitely was one of my most favorite. One of the scenes I like to shoot the most was with the weapon and the operator.
Good, good.
And but that money scene in the kitchen, that was difficult.
I bet it was,
When I
yes.
was working with Raphael,
Mhm.
and I think we did like a good like 8, 11 takes. It was
Yeah, it
it
was
was
a lot.
it was a lot. Yeah, it was fun though.
That's good, that's good. But you nailed it. That's a good thing.
Thank you, sir.
It looks really, really good. So, thrillers, they rely on tension. That feeling that something is always about to happen. How do you keep that energy alive
Mm.
on set between takes?
That's a great question, and that's very important for actors too. Because as actors, you even as writers or directors, you know you know what it says on the script. You know what's coming next, and you know how you're gonna react. What a performer needs to do is to take those emotions and put them aside. You memorize your script as good as you can, and you forget them. You know, you just forget the lines, because when you come on set, you don't want to think about, oh, my character said 1, 2, 3. That means I have to react 4, 5, 6. No, you don't want to do that, because if you're thinking about what you're gonna say or how you're gonna feel, how you're gonna act, um, your mind is off doing something else, and the character in this scene isn't coming to life anymore, because you're thinking about how you're gonna react to something the character hasn't even said to you yet. So I like to approach every single scene uh, where the lines are memorized enough to where I don't have to think about them, and I'm digesting what the other actor is saying. Your other actor is your food. Everything he says, you have to take it, digest it, react. Not react. React. A lot of directors would say react is a bad word for actors, but that's what's happening on film. Performers are reacting to one another, but you're just supposed to remember your lines good enough so you're not thinking about it, so it just comes out naturally. And then whatever, let's say your other coworker says something that you don't like, your character doesn't like, you shouldn't. I like to not think about, oh, Ralph just got disrespected. Let me let me how would let me think about how Ralph would respond. That's not how I go. That's not how I do it. I like to say, oh, this guy just disrespected Ralph. How would I respond to that? And then I take the those feelings and I bring them out for Ralph.
Perfect. Good, good. So, do you remember any behind the scenes moments that broke tension, maybe something funny
Hmm.
or unexpected during filming?
Mm, something that broke tension during filming. I was frustrated with the money scene, and me and Rafa, we had to do the take again and again. It wasn't what he was envisioning. We finally got it, but it was tense for me because we were doing it again and again, and that's part of the job. And I really loved doing it. I loved it, but I really was just trying to work with my director, making him just trying to show him that I can do it. And oftentimes he would say, "Do you need a break?" And I would tell him, "No, let's keep going." And I like to use it as fuel. It's not when things break tension, it's good, and the tension uh, it wasn't really broken, I guess, throughout that scene, but I just used it for my character's emotions. I kind of channeled it inside of me, and I think it honestly helped. I really
Good.
liked it. It was fun.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, the operator world feels dark, lonely, and paranoid at times. Did you did that atmosphere influence how you perform or how you felt while filming?
Mm, no. Because when you're performing or when I perform, I'm not really thinking about the character's world. Obviously I am, but it's more like, how does this relate to the real world? How does the world in the operator um relate to our real world? Because our real world is really dark, and I just I used what we have in real life, and I put inside the operators' emotions into the in between the lines, and I think that's what helped me a lot. Obviously, watching movies, watch movies, keep watching movies, everyone, and you can take you can take something from every single good and bad movie you see, and you could not only put it toward you can not only you can put it towards your writing, but you can also put it towards your performances.
Excellent. So without giving too much away, what do you hope audiences feel when the credits roll?
I hope that the audience feels like they want more. I want them to want a sequel or another rendition or something. I want them to feel changed. I want people to watch movies and feel like, oh, this movie just made me want to change an aspect of my life or move a certain way or even slow down. And that's what my goal is. And
But do you want them to feel uneasy, curious, maybe a little haunted?
I want them, well, in respects to the operator,
Yes.
I would have want them to feel excited, because it's an exciting script. It's not, it's dramatic, and I just want them to feel excited for what is there more to come. I want them to ask questions about the world of the operator as well. You said it was dark, and it is. I want them to think about how dark is it when he walks out the door. I want them to wonder about the film.
Good, good, good. So, and finally, for the operator, if there was a sequel or a continuation of the operator, where do you think that Ralph's story will go from here?
I think, am I allowed to get into like the ending of the film?
Not really. We wouldn't
Okay,
like a
okay.
spoiler because they like it.
I just want them. I want to see more world building. I know it's called The Operators, so people, if there was a sequel, people would probably expect an operator as the protagonist. But what I would love to see is, who is Ralph when he exits those doors? What kind of world is it? That's really what I want to see for any future installments for The Operator.
Good, good. So, what is your next project that you have right now? What is coming from Keven as an actor?
So I actually have a duology of films being edited right now. One is being composed, Nocturnal Paranoia. I'll be the protagonist in that film. I worked with a great crew with Azteca Studios. They're amazing. And I also have a spin-off for Nocturnal Paranoia. My partner, Gilbert Wake, he wrote Diurnal Paranoia, and that one's being edited for, I think, the music as well. They're both being edited for music, both by different teams, and they're both great. They've done amazing. We're actually hoping for a Halloween release, and I just hope it can get done, because those two I'm in both of them, and those two projects are gonna be really fun to see, really neat. I would say unique, and they're yeah, we'll see if we can put them into film festivals and all that stuff. Hopefully we can. I have seen a cut of one of them, and it looks pretty fun. I can't wait, and I think the music will only add to it. And I'm really excited to see my Paranoia duology films come to life. I'm still working on Deja Vu with Red Balloon Pictures. We have like a couple scenes, maybe a few scenes to shoot. We're going through scheduling conflicts, and as soon as we can get that done, we'll film the last few scenes, and we'll get that short film out soon. YouTube, film festivals, the like. So those three films, one of them is one of them we're still filming. The other two is being composed. I'm working with Rafa again. I'm so grateful to work with you, Rafa, for Tenebrosa, another horror short film where I actually play a role I've never thought I would ever play in my life. I would be playing a priest, and that is so exciting. That's why I actually took on that role. I'm very excited for that.
Excellent. That's good.
And my final project is Black Traffic. That one is a short film I wrote. I will be starring in, and I have a director. He's actually looking to get some producers. So we're still in pre-production for that project.
That's awesome. Really good.
That's really it. But it's been great.
Excellent. And we saw that you already won some kind of award
Yeah.
in a local film festival. Tell us about it.
Wow, that's very crazy. It's very jovial. Very blessed. I am very humbled by the occasion. Great team. Memorial, the short film. We're actually uh, adding a little bit more to the credits right now, and then we'll do a public release on YouTube soon. We did take home Rookie of the Year and Best Production Design over at the Desert Film Festival, and we are beyond grateful for that moment we all experienced together. I couldn't show up and see the other films. From what I hear, they were all really amazing, and I can't wait to one day check them all out. And I hope I can continue working as an actor with the Las Vegas community, and I really want this city to thrive in this film industry. Rafa, you and I, we both have uh, lots of passions with this movie stuff, and we need to keep following it, and especially during a time where Nevada might not get their film tax credits. It doesn't even matter. I hope nobody should let that disgruntle them. It's not a big deal because you can make a movie off your iPhone camera and just pick up a camera and shoot something.
Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Kevin, to be today in this first episode of Cinemaniacs.
It's been fun.
And honestly, we're going to be seeing you more often, especially with your next project, so you can let us know more about that ascending career that you started.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure. Thank you, Rafa, for having me. And yeah, let's keep making movies together.
Awesome. Thank you.